Welcome back, everyone. Today we are going to take a deep and detailed look at one of the most interesting and collectible small coins in United States history. The 1956 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln Wheat Penny, without the D mint mark. This small copper coin may look ordinary, but in the world of numismatics, it holds a special place because of its age, composition, mintage, and variations that can make it quite valuable for collectors today. Let's start with some history. The 1956 Lincoln cent belongs to the Wheat Penny series, which was minted from 1909 to 1958. This design features President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, the front side, and 2 wheat ears on the reverse, symbolizing prosperity and growth. The designer of this coin was Victor David Brenner, and his initials VDB can sometimes be seen at the bottom of the reverse on earlier issues. In 1956, the United States Mint struck Lincoln cents at 2 different locations, Philadelphia and Denver. The ones with the D mint mark below the date were made in Denver, while the ones without any mint mark were produced at the Philadelphia Mint. So if you have a 1956 cent with no letter under the date, it's from Philadelphia. Now, let's talk about mintage and rarity. The Philadelphia Mint produced more than 420 million coins in 1956, which means this coin is not extremely rare in circulated condition. However, the real value depends on condition, errors, and special varieties. If your coin is in fine condition, that means it has visible details but has been circulated. Its typical value in today's international market ranges between 5 to 15 cents. That's not much, but the story doesn't end there. When you go up to higher grades like extremely fine, XF, uncirculated, MS60, MS65, or proof condition, the price can increase significantly. For example, a brilliant uncirculated 1956 no-mint mark cent can sell for $2 to $5, depending on color and luster. However, collectors are always looking for errors and varieties, and that's where the real excitement begins. Let's go through some of the most famous ones. Double die obverse, DDO. In some 1956 pennies, the date and lettering, especially Liberty, and In God We Trust, show a clear doubling effect. If you find one like this, its value can rise dramatically, sometimes to hundreds of dollars depending on the clarity and grade. BI error. This is a small die break between the letters B and E in the word liberty, making it look like there's an extra I. Collectors often love these small oddities, and even though minor, such a coin can bring around $5 to $20. Off-center strikes and clipped planchets. These minting errors happen when the blank planchet isn't properly aligned during striking. Off-center strikes, depending on how much of the design is missing, can sell anywhere between $50 to $200 or even more. Repunched mint mark, RPM. Although the 1956 Philadelphia coins have no mint mark, the Denver ones sometimes show a repunched D. Collectors often mistakenly think their coin has something similar, but remember, if your coin has no D, it's from Philadelphia and not a repunched one. Now let's talk about metal composition. The 1956 cent is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, which gives it that deep reddish tone when it's uncirculated. Over the years, because of oxidation, many of these coins have developed brown or dark red patinas, which can affect their grading. Coins that retain their original red luster are always worth more in the market. In terms of grading, collectors and professional grading services like PCGS or NGC use a 70-point scale. A grade of MS60 means a mint state coin with minor marks, while MS65 and above are considered gem quality. A 1956 no-mint mark Lincoln cent, graded MS67 red, can easily sell for $200 to $400 in auctions, depending on eye appeal. Now, if we go into international market trends, especially in 2025, these coins are commonly traded in the US, Canada, and across European collector markets. Online auction platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and Great Collections regularly feature these coins. Prices vary based on grade and rarity, but a coin in top condition always brings premium value. If you are collecting Lincoln Wheat Pennies as a set, the 1956 issue is among the last few before the design changed to the Lincoln Memorial Reverse in 1959. So it holds historical importance. It represents the final years of America's classic wheat penny era. For beginners, the 1956 no-mint mark cent is a great way to start your collection because it's affordable, widely available, and still over 65 years old. But for advanced collectors, The real challenge is finding a flawless red example, or an error variety certified by PCGS or NGC. Another thing that makes the 1956 cent interesting is that during this time, the US economy was growing after World War II, and coins like these were part of everyday American life. People bought groceries, milk, and newspapers with them. So when you hold one, you're literally holding a small piece of post-war American history. If you ever find a 1956 penny in a jar, an old drawer, or inherited coin collection, take a closer look at it under magnification. Check the date for doubling, look at the edges for off-centering, and check the color tone. Even small differences can make a big price difference. In some very rare cases, 1956 Lincoln cents have sold in auctions for over $2,000, but those are coins in nearly perfect mint condition, often graded MS67+, or MS68 red with no marks, and sometimes featuring strong doubling on the obverse. So to sum up, fine condition, circulated about 5 to 15 cents. Uncirculated, MS60, MS65 about $2 to $10. Gem red, MS67, or higher $200 to $400 plus. Error or doubled die varieties, up to $2,000 plus. If you're a coin collector, this coin might not make you rich overnight, but it's a foundational piece that connects you to a rich period of US history. It's beautiful, collectible, and tells a story of America's resilience and progress. Always remember, coins are not just metal, they are memories, art, and history combined. The 1956 Lincoln cent, without the D mint mark, is one such timeless reminder of America's numismatic legacy. So keep an eye out, check your old coins, and who knows, maybe your simple penny could turn out to be a hidden treasure. The 1958 United States of America 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln Wheat penny, holds a special place in the hearts of coin collectors around the world. This coin marks the final year of the wheat reverse design before the US Mint transitioned to the Lincoln Memorial Reverse in 1959. The 1958 penny, without a mint mark, was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not include a mint mark on its coins during that era. Now let's dive deep into the complete story, design details, composition, minting history, rarity factors, and its current market value in 2025. The obverse of the 1958 Lincoln cent features the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The design had been introduced back in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The words "In God We Trust" appear along the top edge. Liberty is to the left, and the year 1958 appears to the right of Lincoln's bust. Since this is the Philadelphia issue, there is no mint mark below the date. The reverse side displays two wheat stalks curving inward from the edges, hence the popular name Wheat Penny. Between them are the words 1 cent and United States of America, while the phrase E pluribus unum sits above. This design was used from 1909 until 1958, making this coin the last year of the classic wheat reverse before it changed forever. The coin's composition is 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it that distinctive reddish-brown tone. Each coin weighs about 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. In 1958, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 252 million of these coins, meaning they're not extremely rare in circulation. However, condition plays a huge role in determining value. Coins in fine or average circulated condition are common, but those in mint state or with unique errors can bring significant value to collectors. Let's talk about the coin's grading and how that affects its worth. In fine condition, F12, the coin still shows Lincoln's face with moderate wear, though some finer details like hairlines are faint. The wheat stalks on the reverse are visible but worn. Such a coin is still very collectible, especially for beginners in numismatics. Now, when it comes to market value, as of 2025, a 1958 Lincoln Wheat cent, without a mint mark in fine condition, generally sells for around 10 cents to 25 cents USD in the retail coin market. Dealers might buy it for slightly less, depending on copper value and market demand. If your coin is in extra fine condition, the value can rise up to 30 cents to 50 cents. In uncirculated condition, MS60, MS63, you might get anywhere from $1 to $3, depending on luster and eye appeal. However, high-grade mint state coins, MS65 or better, can command $10 to $20 or more, particularly if they have beautiful red coloration or full details. Now let's talk about proof coins and special varieties. In 1958, the U.S. Mint also struck proof Lincoln cents exclusively at the Philadelphia Mint for collectors. These coins are easily identifiable by their mirror-like surfaces and sharp detail. A proof 1958 penny in pristine condition can be worth anywhere from $20 to $50, and the highest graded examples, PR68 or PR69 red cameo, can even reach $100 or more at auctions. There are also a few error varieties known for the 1958 penny, though they are quite rare. The most famous is the 1958 double die obverse, DDO, one of the most valuable pennies in existence. On this coin, the doubling is extremely strong on the words liberty, in God we trust, and the date 1958. Only a handful are known to exist. These rare examples have sold at auction for staggering prices, sometimes over $1 million in top condition. That's right, a small 1-cent coin reaching 7 figures because of a unique minting error. So, whenever you come across a 1958 penny, always check for doubling or striking errors using a magnifying glass or a microscope. Even a small variation could make your coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Now, in the broader context of collecting, 1958 is a significant year because it symbolizes the end of an era, the closing chapter of the wheat cent design. After this year, from 1959 to 2008, the Lincoln Memorial design took over. Therefore, collectors who focus on the wheat penny series always make sure to include a nice example of the 1958 issue in their set. When you look at world markets and international collector interest, the 1958 penny continues to be a favorite, especially outside the United States, where American coins are viewed as historic relics of the 20th century. Many global collectors buy them in bulk or in proof sets, which helps keep demand steady. In coin shows and online marketplaces like eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections, you can easily find listings for 1958 no-mint mark pennies. The prices vary based on condition and grading certification by PCGS or NGC. Certified MS-67 red examples have sold for around $100 to $200, while top-end registry quality coins occasionally cross $500. Another interesting aspect of this coin is its metal value. Since it's made of mostly copper, its melt value also fluctuates with copper prices. As of 2025, each coin's metal content is worth around 3 to 4 cents, which is already more than its face value. However, it's illegal to melt US cents for metal profit, so collectors hold on to them for historical and numismatic value instead. For collectors starting out, the 1958 Lincoln cent is an excellent and affordable piece to begin your wheat penny collection. It teaches you about coin grading, minting history, and how minor details like color, red, red-brown, brown, influence value. If you have several of these coins in fine condition, you can store them in coin flips or albums. Try to keep them away from moisture and direct sunlight to preserve their natural copper tone. Over time, well-preserved coins will continue to hold value, and some may even appreciate as collector interest grows. In conclusion, the 1958 1-cent coin without a mint mark might seem like a small copper penny, but it carries with it a story of history, craftsmanship, and legacy. It marks the farewell of the beloved wheat design, celebrates Lincoln's enduring memory, and stands as a bridge between two iconic eras of American coinage. So if you find one of these coins in your collection or change jar, don't overlook it. Examine it closely. It might be an ordinary cent worth a few pennies, or it could be an extraordinary rarity worth thousands. Either way, it's a piece of American history in your hands. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helps you understand the full background and value of the 1958 Lincoln wheat cent without mint mark. Keep exploring, keep collecting, and see you in the next coin story, where every coin tells a tale.